you how. Find me another. You can't break me down. I'll get it covered.
As a young athlete, warming up prior to practice or competition was staple in preparation for intense bouts of physical activity. In every sport, coaches always emphasized jogging or skipping to get a sweat going and then sit on the floor to stretch. This idea was especially pushed when playing hockey because, as the coach would say, your muscles are like elastic bands, and if you rapidly stretch a cold elastic band, well, you get the picture. While in theory, their logic was correct in saying that you should warm up and stretch before and after competition, in reality, their execution was flawed. A proper warm-up is key prior to any intense physical exertion. If done properly, a strong warm-up can improve athletic performance by increasing power output and joint range of motion, thus reducing risk of injury, but if done incorrectly, can result in the opposite effect, leading to detriments in an individual's athletic capabilities. I like to break my warm-ups down into 4 components: increasing heart rate and core temperature, foam rolling, dynamic stretching, and band-resisted exercises. Like my coach has always said, increasing heart rate prior to exercise is great. It serves 3 main functions to improve athletic performance. Number 1, it increases core temperature, thus increasing muscle viscosity, meaning the muscles can withstand greater stretch at a faster rate. 2, it improves blood flow through vasodilation, meaning improved oxygen transport to and from the muscles for energy production. And 3, it increases nerve conduction velocities, allowing us to contract our muscles at a faster rate. As stated in a 2012 study by Yachiri and al., they analyzed the effects of various warm-up intensities on sprint performance. It was identified that warming up between lactate infliction, being the point at which the muscles begin to feel a burning sensation, and lactate threshold, being the point at which production of lactate exceeds the rate at which it is being shuttled out of the muscle, was the ideal intensity to produce the fastest sprint speeds. They also went on to state that having a control group for this study was unethical, due to the high risk of injury associated with performing all-out sprints without a warm-up. Performing a jog or short intervals on any piece of cardio equipment for 5 to 10 minutes is my preferred choice of increasing heart rate and core temperature. As mentioned before, improving a muscle's range of motion, its ability to withstand stretch, and its blood flow is important to reducing injury and improving oxygen transport to the tissues. Another way we can do this is through foam rolling. To understand how foam rolling works, it's important to note that the body has a fibrous layer of tissue that sits beneath the skin and above the muscle called fascia. Fascia covers the entire body, and if inactive, or if you've had an injury where there's inflammation, the fascia can become dehydrated, losing its elasticity and forming adhesions around the traumatized area. This causes a restriction of the range of motion, it causes a decrease in strength, reduced endurance, as well as inhibits motor function. Through foam rolling, we can increase blood flow to a particular area, as well as break apart fibrous adhesions between the muscle and the fascia. Foam rolling can be extremely effective in improving range of motion without reducing muscle performance, as stated in a study by Vygotsky et al. Foam rolling has also been shown to improve recovery by reducing the effects of delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS for short. This has been illustrated by studies through Piercy et al. As well as McDonald et al. Next in line we have dynamic stretching. While again, my coach was on the right path when it came to the idea of stretching prior to exercise, but the way in which we stretch and when we do it can be one of the most influential factors in what determines athletic performance. During my hockey career, stretching prior to exercise was in the form of static stretches. This is where we held a position for 15 to 20 seconds, as well as exhaled as we pushed the muscle further into an elongated position. Static stretching isn't necessarily a bad thing, and if performed post-exercise, can decrease delayed onset muscle soreness, improve recovery, and increase muscle range of motion, as stated in a 2012 study by Giussemi et al. Nevertheless, static stretching prior to exercise has been shown in numerous cases to decrease athletic performance through detriments in rate and extent of force production. Dynamic stretching, on the other hand, can be of a much greater benefit to athletes prior to training or competition, since it's been shown in numerous studies to either improve athletic performance or have no detriment on force production. Some dynamic stretches I incorporate into my own warm-up include arm circles, leg swings, butt kicks, high knees, and walking lunges. The final component of my warm-up often involves 1 to 2 exercises for the purpose of pre-activation of the targeted musculature. These movements function to establish a strong mind-muscle connection and to improve muscular activation, as well as improve localized blood flow to a region. In a 2011 study by Everett et al., they analyzed how increasing sport-specific warm-up volumes can impact 1-rep max performance on the leg press. From the results, they determined that moderate-intensity warm-ups that relate directly to the exercise work best when compared to a control group that performed just a general warm-up protocol, as well as a test group that performed a longer, more intense sport-specific warm-up. While it does go to show moderate intensity to get the target musculature firing is important to improving athletic performance, it's important to note that when warming up, you should also implement a general warm-up into your programming as well. In a 2011 study by Abad et al., they analyzed whether having just a specific warm-up or both a specific and general warm-up would impact performance on the leg press when performing a 1-rep max. Based on their findings, having a general warm-up in addition to a specific warm-up resulted in a higher 1-rep max. Depending on the day, my warm-up changes to hit the primary musculature used for that specific workout. When doing a leg workout, I use a combination of monster walks, banded hip thrusts, with bodyweight squats. And for pull days, I generally use band-resisted rows along with straight arm pull downs. Finally, for push days, I often try push-ups and light pec flies just to kind of get the blood flowing to the localized musculature. Any questions that you have on the current topic, feel free to leave it in the comment section, or if you have any questions about any of the studies used in making this video, you can check those out in the description box. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe.